Now core market cap XP is at around 64 cents. There we go, guys. Finally, we're starting to pump once again. Finally. Hopefully, we keep on pumping. Today was the FOMC meeting. I'm pretty sure the market priced that in as well. So things are looking really good right here. Everything seems to be pumping. But now, before we jump into this, financial advisor, not advice, just value only. Linda P. Jones, the BRICS nation planned to overtake the SWIFT banking system years ago, but it is playing out now. What do you guys think about this? Back in 2019.
Step 2 is what's being discussed now, which is the payment processing system. So really what they're competing with is the SWIFT bank system, right? So right now, if you're sending money overseas from a U.S. bank, you have to use, or any Western country, you use that SWIFT system that is set up in Belgium. And that prevents money laundering in theory and all that kind of thing. But what the BRICS nations are doing is saying, well, we don't need to use the SWIFT system because we don't want to be subjected again to U.S. sanctions, because if the U.S. is sanctioning you, you can't move money using that SWIFT system. So what's really interesting is, number one, they're creating a payment system that would go around SWIFT. But how do you do that when you have 5 major countries that all have their own currencies? And one of the ways they're doing that is by using possibly cryptocurrency to do that. That would translate their currencies into a single cryptocurrency that is then used through the system and then formulated, I guess, when it gets into their country back into their own personal currency. So essentially, you're taking currency from one, sending it through as a cryptocurrency, and then back on the other end into transforming it into another currency. And that allows them, again, to get around this SWIFT system in a way that no one had really thought about in the past, because crypto already has all of those things in place.
Now, Russia in particular, they've been moving away from the U.S. dollar. In fact, in the last 5 years, Russia actually cut out almost half of its trade payments in U.S. currency, from 92% to about 50%. So what does this say about its relationship, if any, with the West?
Well, I think it says that, again, that Russia specifically really started pushing this after 2014, right? Because in 2014, the U.S. started hitting Moscow with sanctions, and they wanted to punish. And remember how this works. Sanctions are issued against individual countries. They're also issued against leaders in those countries or wealthy people in those countries. And so when leaders in those countries and wealthy people in those countries start getting hit with sanctions, you have a choice. You can either go along with this and comply, or you can say, let's create a system that no longer gives you leverage over us. Well, one thing that the U.S. is doing a very poor job of right now is recognizing that it's not just Russia or just China, but there are 5 major nations and dozens of smaller nations that are very excited about the idea of no longer being under U.S. dominance when it comes to currency, and we're not doing anything about it. At this point, the U.S. is resisting on almost every level any push to change the way the system is currently.
Again, guys, look at that. BRICS nations setting up payment network, cutting out the West, right? From West to East. Isn't this interesting? Now, guys, here's to the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. Now, this is quite interesting. Look at this. The big global reset will turn off SWIFT from banks and turn on CBDC. When this happens, XRP will be in 3 digits, right? So basically, we remember this tweet, right? I'm pretty sure from Mr. Poole. Be aware of sudden events, unexpected, world shattering. SWIFT to be readjusted 2021-2022, abrupt change. So basically, SWIFT is going to change, guys, as we see right here this year, right? There needs to be a change. Again, because why? It's outdated, right? Technology. Elon Musk tweeted out, ultimately, the downfall of the Freemasons was giving away their stone cutting services for nothing. What? This is absolutely insane. He tweets this out, right? About, we go right here from riddles, a connection right here. Stone cutting. Look at that. Stone cutting services, right? Which connects to BG123. You guys can see. Pretty interesting. Mr. Block had a tweet out. 12D, what do we see right here? 12D, 124th day of the year is today, Wednesday, 4th May. May the 4th be with you, right? PRX's tweet out, finally found the connection. Ripple expands to bigger building with more space, as we see right here. Do we see the connection? Come on, guys. All has been foretold by the riddlers. Why? Look at this. Ripple will take the entire 130,000 square foot building at 600 battery, which was purchased by over there, but we go right here. Trans-America Pyramid. Guys, and you guys can see the numbers as well, right? Come on, 13.6. Pretty crazy, or 13.9. Brock92 has tweeted out, this is interesting. Is Ripple moving their headquarters? The something. Look at this. HQ before on the left and then new HQ on the right. But this reminded me of one BG123 old picture. Nothing happens until something moves. Are these dominoes about to start falling one by one? Why? Nothing happens until something moves. Interesting. Bojack has tweeted out this right here. Another connection. A lot of connections, guys, in today's video. As you guys can see the image right there, which connects to this tweet right here. R3 Corda. Building a collaborative and interoperable metaverse with Corda distributed ledger platform. Metaverse, right? I'm pretty sure the metaverse ties in with UBI, which is Universal Basic Income as well. A lot of hidden motives, guys, towards the new era. Interesting stuff. Now look at this. You guys remember this picture, right? Again, there are no coincidences. If March 15 is May 15, but we are ahead 2 days, then it will be May 13, which is Friday. Brad wears leprechaun suit, which is possibly connected on May 13, Leprechaun Day in Ireland, and an announcement that Ripple will hold office in Dublin. May is also the start number of 589, right? A lot of things can be taking place this May, guys. We were told beware the Ides of March. The Ides of March is the 74th day in the Roman calendar, corresponding to the 15 March. The Romans used a 10-month calendar, excluding January and February. March was the first month of that calendar, signifying the beginning on a new year. So if we go based off of those 10 months, then we should be in the 3rd month of the year. May equal 3, not 5. March equal May. Again, remember, it seems like these calendars are changed to prepare if anything does take place. The richest tweet out, maybe I'm just reading into this too much. Inverted pyramid hands. Again, a lot of symbology takes place, right? With these photos. It's occultic and does deal with alchemy, of course. The breath in Joe's nostrils tweet out, look what's happening here. What was funny when I watched the video is that the ducks were kind of following me out into the water, like I'm just a fellow quacker, as we see right there. Come on. But we go down here, quack quack, right? Come on, all these riddles connects in some way, some form, right? Cryptonologist tweet out, the riddlers told you one thing not to do. Don't panic. Instead, what we see in the XRP community is the complete opposite. Where are those diamond hands now? Believe, right? So when we did dump a few weeks back, a lot of people were panicked and scared. Not only that, a lot of people think the lawsuit is going to 2023 plus, right? But we do remember from the riddlers, do not panic. Paytoris has tweeted out, maybe this is nothing but Saint Motel like my post. It's all happening. It's all happening Wednesday, as we see right here. And notice the bus in the background looks like the Caesar Mr. Pool post, as well as BG123 carving a statue from rock. As you see right there, it's all happening. Isn't this interesting, huh, guys? And of course, we see more connections right there. You guys can pause and check those out. XRPCC has tweeted out, who is ready to run? Again, these events are moving quicker and quicker, guys. Are we ready? Because I am. When will we fly, though? The fountain for today's video comes from Bob Cooks. Got him. Look at this. This is actually hilarious. People who understand Bitcoin, buy it. People who don't understand Bitcoin, talk about it. No wonder every time you talk about Bitcoin, it never makes sense. Look at this. And he's following 589 people currently, if I'm not mistaken, which is very interesting. Again, a lot of these small things do add up to the big event, guys, right? But anyways, that's something that you enjoyed today's video. If you guys have please leave a like, subscribe, very much. It's amazing day, and you guys, see ya.